Hey everyone, great to see you this Wednesday. We're starting with news of a leadership change in Canada. The country's a parliamentary democracy. Its head of state, the Prime Minister, is the leader of whichever political party wins the most seats in a national election. There's no term limit on how long the Prime Minister can serve, so Conservative Party leader Stephen Harper, who's been in power since 2006, was hoping to stay there. But in Monday's vote, Canadians gave a majority to Canada's Liberal Party. It's led by this man, Justin Trudeau, and he'll become Canada's next Prime Minister. Trudeau is the son of former Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, who served on and off from the 1960s through the 1980s. In land area, Canada is the second largest country in the world, but with 35 million people, its population's only a fraction of that of its border country, the U.S. The leader of the United Nations, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, arrived in the Middle Eastern city of Jerusalem yesterday. He's there to try to calm things down between Palestinians and Israelis. Since October 1st, Palestinians say that 45 members of their community have been killed by Israeli forces in Jerusalem and in the Palestinian territories of West Bank and Gaza. Israelis say that 7 members of their community have been killed by Palestinians using knives, guns, and cars. And UN Secretary Ban says the two sides stand on the brink of another catastrophic period of violence.
Well, the conflict has been going on for over 100 years. As for this current wave of violence, well, it depends on who you ask. Israeli officials accuse Palestinian leaders of inciting hatred and violence against Israel, encouraging lone wolf-style attacks via social media on Israeli soldiers and citizens. Palestinian leaders blame Israelis. They point to the Israeli occupation that's been in place for almost 50 years. They say Israeli police are too quick to use lethal force. They also point to restrictions on the holy site known to Muslims as the Noble Sanctuary and to Jews as the Temple Mount. They say that Israel is violating the status quo. The status quo is an agreed-upon understanding that governs the site, which is the third holiest site in Islam and the most holy site in Judaism. It says Jews can visit the site at certain times, but they can't pray there, which angers some Israelis who want greater access. Palestinians oppose that. They use the site for worship, and they say the increasing pace of visits from the Israeli far right angers them. Palestinians are also alarmed by some right-wing Israelis who say they want to construct a third temple on the site. Well, at the moment, Israeli and Palestinian leaders are blaming each other. Neither side has been able to calm things. Behind the scenes, they are talking. But for now, it seems that the voices of outrage and anger on the street are drowning out any political dialogue.
Okay, here's a bit of U.S. trivia. Which state became the 7th to join the Union on April 28, 1788? We'll give you a hint. It's Maryland. It's where we're happy to be part of your day at Hyattsville Middle School with the Hawks of Hyattsville. Up next, Queen Creek, a town in south central Arizona. Hello to the Sabercats watching at Santan Foothills High School. And in Eastern Europe, hello to our viewers at Gymnasium number 5. It's in Chorzów, a city in southern Poland. A change to tell you about in the 2016 U.S. presidential race. Jim Webb served as Secretary of the Navy as a Republican. More recently, he represented Virginia as a U.S. Senator and a Democrat. He was seeking the Democratic Party's nomination for president, but Webb was having trouble gaining ground in the polls, and he bowed out of the Democratic race yesterday, though he said he may still run as an independent. His decision leaves 4 Democrats still officially in the race. On the Republican side, 15 people are seeking the GOP nomination.
Time for the shout out. Ellen Church is famous for being the first woman to hold what job? If you think you know the answer, shout it out. Is it A, pilot, B, flight attendant, C, war correspondent, or D, U.S. Senator? You've got 3 seconds. Go. Ellen Church was a licensed pilot and a nurse, but she made history as the first female flight attendant in 1930. That's your answer, and that's your shout out.
Church convinced the airlines to hire nurses for the job, saying their presence would help relax nervous passengers. Of course, planes were a lot less safe in 1930, It was just 27 years after the Wright brothers made the first powered flight. Today's technology has helped make it an entirely different experience. Progress sometimes has its downsides, though. A report by air safety experts 2 years ago found that pilots were so dependent on technology that they didn't have good basic flying skills. But if everything works as it should...
This is our innovation hub. This is where big ideas come.
Turn left, heading 240.
And you just turn. You control the aircraft with voice.
So cool.
Here at Rockwell Collins, we got a sneak peek at the flight deck of the future. Advancements that will affect millions of airplane passengers for decades to come, making airplanes easier to fly, more efficient, and ultimately safer.
My name's Jeffrey Shapiro. I design the displays and controls that are up in the flight deck.
Jeff showed us their concept flight deck, a simulator designed to help perfect near-market technologies. First up, synthetic vision, a technology that allows pilots to see through clouds.
Synthetic vision is a virtual version of the world, and you can see here's our mountains. Now if I look out the window here, I can't see any of that. All I see is clouds. I see the same information that you see here on this device, the heads-up display. It's a transparent display with virtual information painted on it right in front of me. It looks a little bit like a video game, in fact. If you're in a cloud, you don't see the runway. Through this synthetic version of the world, I see the runway, and I can't see through this window at all.
That means fewer delays and fewer headaches for you, the passenger. Synthetic vision and heads-up displays are already used on various aircraft in the industry, and soon virtual mapping will include interactive maps of airport runways.
You don't want to hit another airplane. Our technology here lets you know where you are and where you need to go. There really aren't any products out there right now that will paint your taxi path on there.
To think that turn-by-turn directions are cutting edge is a little baffling considering the everyday GPS devices in our cars. But flight deck technology's come a long way.
They had more than 2 crew members back in the day. If you look at the evolution of technology integration in the flight deck, it's exponential. We're living in a very exciting time.
Nowhere is this more apparent than in the Advanced Technology Center, where engineers test ideas that won't see the market for another 10 years, if ever, like touchscreen piloting.
I want to change airspeed. All right, there it is. I change it. Altitude, heading.
And soon, pilots may be able to fly simply with their voices.
Climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210.
I told it one thing. In a real system, that actually takes 3 controls to do.
They can account for different grammar, syntax, and even different accents.
Descend to 6,000.
Descend 6,000.
As flight deck technology continues to advance, one can only ask, will we even need pilots in the future?
The technology is there. I think it's going to be a while before the public will accept and have faith in that technology.
That probably means they won't be letting me fly anytime soon.
We tried everything here to find out what fits aviation. We don't know until we try. You're up.
Where's Waldo? He's easy to spot at this event in Colorado. He's all over the place. Thousands of Waldos recently suited up for a race in Colorado Springs. They weren't just there to see and be seen. The event raised money for a place named Waldo Canyon, which was badly damaged by a fire in 2012. The annual Waldo Run has brought thousands of dollars in recovery. Anyone can participate, and it's only a 5K race, so not much chance of runners hitting the Waldo. Many people were there to book it. They were on foot, so there were no cartoons, and even though their looks pretty much ran the same, it brought together folks of all different stripes. I'm Carl Azus, and I've run out of puns.